Today, I will be going over building a personal physical activity plan. This lesson will be the third lesson of a 4-lesson unit over healthy eating and physical activity. My targeted audience is a 9th grade health class of about 25 students. Today's objectives will be to first, list strength and cardio exercises. Second, be able to demonstrate strength and cardio exercises. And third, be able to create a personal physical activity plan. At the end of the lesson, we will take the strength and cardio exercises that we learned and create a relay to have a little fun and get us off of our butts and onto our feet. First, in order to teach the class the exercises where they can list them, I will show pictures that are examples of the different types of exercises and explain the differences between the two. After I have explained the difference between strength training exercises and cardiorespiratory exercises, I will then ask students to volunteer and come to the board to write down a different exercise that they believe would fall under the category of strength training or cardiorespiratory training. After we've gone over and listed strength and conditioning exercises, we will now begin to learn how to demonstrate these types of exercises. I will then give a few examples such as what we have here: push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, lunges, and squats for the strength training exercises, and then we'll call on students to demonstrate these exercises. Then, after we've gone over our strength training exercises, we will move on to the cardiorespiratory exercises, such as what I have listed here: mountain climbers, squat jumps, jump rope, dot drills, and jumping jacks. And then again, I will call on student volunteers to get up and demonstrate these exercises. The purpose of this is so the students can then see these exercises from people who know how to complete them. That way, when they go to do these exercises themselves, they're not worried about not performing it correctly and not worried about getting up in front of the class and doing it because others already have. After I've explained and we have had volunteers demonstrate these exercises, I will then randomly call on students to demonstrate a different exercise as I call on them. So if I were to call on one student and say, "Can you please demonstrate push-ups?" they will be able to correctly demonstrate what a push-up is. Or if I were to call on a student to demonstrate, let's say, jumping jacks, they will then be able to demonstrate the correct way to do a jumping jack. Now, after we have moved on from demonstrating these exercises, we will then go into our fitness log, and we will create a personal physical activity plan that includes cardio and strength training exercises. I will have the students take a log similar to this and write down activities they would like to accomplish each day of the week for a solid month. We will also have personal fitness goals, how many days of the week they'll work out, and what we plan to reward ourselves if we are able to accomplish this. For each day, I would like them to include at least 3 cardio exercises and 3 strength training exercises, and do each of these exercises twice a day, preferably one in the morning when they first wake up, and then one in the evening when they get home from school or right before they go to bed. Then, while they were doing this, they are to keep a log describing what they learn from each day they're doing these exercises and how they feel at the end of each day. The goal is, hopefully, from the time we start on the first day to the last day of our fitness log, we will have reached our goal for the month, and we will have learned that if we start a healthy habit, it gets much easier to do the longer we've been doing it. Next, I'll move on to our fun activity of the strength and conditioning relay. In order to do the strength and conditioning relay, I will have to split the classroom up into 5 teams of 5, or roughly that depending on the amount of students we have there for that day. The way the race will go is I will give the class their strength and cardio exercises they must complete. One student will go at a time, completing one exercise. Once that student has finished, they'll move on to the next one, and so on and so forth until each student has completed one of the 3 strength exercises. Then they will move on to the second strength exercise. So student A will complete 10 push-ups. Then student B will complete 10 push-ups, so on and so forth. And then once all 5 students have completed those push-ups, they'll move on, and student A will start with sit-ups. We'll go through there until each student has completed 3 strength exercises. Now, once the students have completed each strength exercise, now their objective is to move on to the cardio exercises: 25 jumping jacks, 15 mountain climbers, and 10 squat jumps. What this will do will teach the class to work together to complete a goal and an objective, and show them that exercising, when done in a fun way, can be very enjoyable and not just something painful and something that they do not enjoy. Finally, Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences. I believe with this lesson that verbal has been shown with the lecture before, explaining the different exercises and how to complete them, as well as the students raising their hands and coming up and choosing different exercises and writing them on the board. Interpersonal has been shown in the teamwork that is required in the relay, cheering each other on, taking part, helping each other if they are to fail with a certain exercise, motivating each other. Spatial and bodily have also both been shown in the relay. The relay teaches us to be able to do these exercises in an appropriate amount of space without running into one another. This is the end of my lesson over physical activity, both cardio and strength exercises. This reference is where I got the Bloom's taxonomy, as well as Howard's multiple intelligences.